Hi everyone, it's Tonya, and today I am going to show you how I made the tags for the Blessed Beyond Measure book. So let's get started. To start with, I've already glimmered and stained the tag with my homemade stains. There's a couple of different techniques for doing this. I have a couple of videos. Go back and look, and I'll try and put them in the description when I post this video of the ones that I've done in the past to show you how to get this far in the stage. Then I took, after it was dry, and I took this pink Studio G stamp pad, and I just ran across the edge on both sides, so that I had a really nice smooth edge, and it just kind of helps to clean it up just a little bit. Okay, now the thing that I like to do with my journaled tags is I love to add some just borders or things, some stamp borders, and these are nice. Border stamps are always really nice to have in your stash because they're things that you will use over and over and over again. And to me, this tag is like wow. It has the wow factor for a journaling tag, where this one is just, it's a tag. It's okay. But this is wow. See the difference? So I'm going to show you how to do some of that stamping and layering. So to start with, these stamps are the ones that I've chosen. And these are from Stampendous, and I got them at Walmart on clearance. But I love them because they have like this little lacy doily thing, and then they also have this this border with the vine and the flower, and then it has this one says tender loving care, and this one hugging kisses, and then forever. So they're pretty versatile, I think, for a stamp set, and they were like $6 for all of these borders, but they're the perfect size for a tag, for the sides of the tag, as you can see. So this is also a great technique for taking some old paper and just kind of livening it up just a little bit, and I also have a video on that too if you want to go back and watch that. So what we're going to do is, like I said, I'll start out with this, and I'm going to use the brown Studio G for this project because I want it to match what's in the book. And I'm going to take, now I always take my my ink pad and I ink up my stamp this way. I don't do it this way. I do it this way. And the reason for that is that whenever I put this on here like this, I'm controlling the depth in which I'm pressing, and I'm making sure everything is really well inked without pressing too hard. When you press too hard, ink gets down into these little ridges, and then it ends up all over your project, and it's messy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my, this is a craft mat that I have underneath. You want to make sure you're using a surface that can be washed up. These are all water-based inks, but you still don't want to do it on your fine furniture for sure. So just use something to blot it up. And I'm going to, when I lay the stamp pad down, I'm going to take and line it up with the bottom of the stamp, and then the bottom of the tag. But then I'm going to ease down just a little bit. And the thing I like about the clear blocks is you can see where you're going. And I'm just going to lay it down on top. And I'm hanging off the side of the tag just a little bit. The reason I'm doing that is so that I can ensure that the stamp goes all the way to the edge. And I'm going to press in the center. I'm not going to press real hard. I'm just going to kind of tap it just a little bit, a little slight pressure, and then lift up. And I have a design on there. I don't know if you can see it in the, there we go. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to turn the stamp around and go from the top this time. And what that's going to do is it's going to offset my flower so that it's on the opposite side of the tag. So now I have a flower here and a flower here, and they're kind of diagonal from each other. And then I'm going to take and ink up just the bottom about halfway up the stamp, and I'm going to go around to the bottom and just kind of finish this off a little bit. Now, since this particular tag is going to be a journal tag, I also have this little journal block stamp that is Stamping Up. It's a few years old, but there are a lot of companies make these little pads that are just lines. Now, if I don't have something like this, I can just call this finished. I don't really have to have the lines, but to me it helps. So even on my block stamps, I'm going to take the ink pad to the stamp. Now, I don't like to run the stamp this way across the rubber, the stamp pad. And the reason for that is that these have like an adhesive backing that holds that foam down. And if you drag it across here and you apply too much pressure, you will actually pull that foam up from the adhesive off the back of it, and then it's a mess. So, and it lifts off of there. So I just kind of lightly tap it, as you can see, get it all over. And then I'm going to lay that down in the center of my tag, as straight as I possibly can. And then just give it a light press. Now with the rubber stamps, you can be a little more forceful with how you press it down. With the gel ones, don't press too hard, because if you press too hard, what happens is you flatten that silicone out and you end up with a smudge or an unclean stamp. So now we have this. So to add the decoration, what I have here is, this is a coffee filter that I use whenever I'm glimmering, and I hang on to them when they're full of color. Look at all that shimmer that some, well, I don't know too many people in the crafting community that would throw it away, but some have. But anyway, I like to hang on to them. And I have this 1.5 inch scallop punch here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed that into my scallop punch. And I'm going to try and maximize I'm going to try and get this all the way over to the edge, as close as I can to the edge of the coffee filter without going off the edge, so I can get as many flower cuts as I want. Now what I did before, I don't think I told you this, but I folded that in half. That way, because this is really, really thin paper, I can fold it in half and get 2 cuts at the same time. So I'm going to center that, and I'm going to punch, and there I have 2 flowers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, excuse me, I'm going to take my hot glue, and I'm going to put a little small amount right here around the circle of the tag, of the hole in the tag. And when I do that, I'm going to decide which one of these I want down, and I think I'm going to go with this one. And I'm going to pinch it this way, turn it 90 degrees, and pinch it that way. And kind of twist as I do that, and press down. Now what that does is it kind of puckered up the flower just a little bit. Now I got this technique from Donna Salzer, and these are her trademark flowers that she does all the time, and they're super fun. Then I'm going to take and put a little dab of glue again right here. And I'm going to do this same technique again. I'm going to take my flower, decide which side I want down, and I'm going to stick it in the center, and I'm going to pinch it, turn it 90 degrees, pinch it, and twist it. Now on the second one, I'm pinching it a little bit tighter so that I get more of a layered look. See how that looks? Now all I need to do is find a center and put it in the center. Now I have somewhere on this desk, I have buried some little teeny tiny flowers. I may have dropped on the floor. But I mean, I don't have them for this video, but all I did was on this one, I attached a little rosebud that was the little, what do they call those? The little ribbon roses. But you could also maybe take a rhinestone. I'll use a rhinestone for this one. And add it right to the center. Or a button would be really cute. A decorative button, a pearl button. Anything really. It's stuck to my glue gun. Okay. And then just add that there in the center for a little twinkle. And now what we have done is we have taken a plain tag and we've added a little bit of pizzazz to it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please leave me comments.